Hello everybody, this is Backblast. Here we are again on RollerCoaster Tycoon World. Yes, and this is Alpha. Sorry, I was just distracted. There's a guy here in the same shirt as this guy and this guy. What's that on what? And why is he skipping? Is he happy? I'm guessing he's happy. You don't often see grown men skipping. He's very happy. He's got 100% happiness. Right, yes, RollerCoaster Tycoon World. It's in alpha. It's been out for a few days on alpha. So as such, this is very, very much in development. That's not looking good, is it? So as usual with things in alpha, the game may change before its final release. Things I'm sure will get added, things will get tweaked, things will get changed, some things may get removed. As you can see, I've played a little bit of this yesterday. I had a little fiddle about with it and made a few paths. Made this wooden roller coaster that goes around there, and I plonked a few rides down and a few buildings. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the differences at the moment between the two main roller coaster games that are coming out. So this one and Planet Coaster. So what we'll do is we'll have a quick look at this, and then we'll have a quick look at Planet Coaster, and you'll be able to see the difference. So for a start with this one. There's an awful lot more in it at the moment. So there's an awful lot of final game, if you like. It's got all the usual things. Both games have got sort of paths and a bit of scenery and buildings and some rides. And this one's got roller coasters. The other one officially hasn't. So this one's got the roller coaster design tools in here, whereas Planet Coaster you need to activate it, and this it's not officially released into the alpha at the moment. There's an ability to modify terrain, although I haven't really messed about with that too much. Can we just get rid of that for now? Objectives are switched on, and I think tutorial switched on, so you're going to get messages popping up. And then there's all the usual bits that go with that. So there's some management in there as well. What have we got? We've got finances are in here. So it tells you all the bits, and there's other bits and bits and bits and bits. Basically, there's a lot more in this that's final game. If we can just come out of this, there are tutorials on here, and I don't want to quit out of this map because it takes a little while to load up, and again that may change with the final game. But you can, there's a sandbox, and there's scenarios and sort of various levels of do this, do that, do this, and then you've won the level sort of thing. Okay, so let's have a quick delve into this, and I'll show you some of the bits. So let's start with let's start with paths and scenery. This is one of my biggest bugbears with both games. So on RollerCoaster Tycoon World, which is this one, I've selected paths, and we've got three options: straight, curved, queues. Why would you ever want to build straight paths? Well, you know, start off places like this. Curved paths look nice when they're winding around scenery and rides, and queues are the differentiation between an in path and an out path to a ride. I've got a couple of issues with this, so let's start off. Firstly, curved paths. Okay, plenty of options, loads and loads of options, and the ability to build small paths, which is what this one is, medium paths, which I'm not sure I've got any medium paths. This is a medium path. There you go. So there's a medium, so that's small, medium and large. Okay, those are the three different sizes. They work quite well. I mean, there's a problem where they join, and that's just a grid. Oh, it's a grid line, look. Why has it got a grid across there? But there you go. That's it. When I say there's a problem where they join, it just doesn't. It looks a little bit artificial. It's not a natural, nice smooth transition from one to the other. It just looks a bit. Yeah, we're having a smaller path now. Yes, and it works quite well in that you can easily place a path. So let's build a small path. Let's have a small path going out here, and It's easy to curve it round. It's very similar to City Skylines, if you've ever played that, building paths. It looks okay. I mean, it's not like perfectly smooth, and that's probably me just doing it fairly quickly rather than trying to line them up nicely. It does give you messages, so angled too sharp. You can also do things like this, raising it nice and easy, curve too steep. And I like the fact that it is curves rather than stairs. You know, in this day and age, we need it to be accessible for everybody. Not just people, able-bodied people. We want nice slopes. We want it to look quite nice and gentle as well. So there you go, nice slopes, nice. And then we can bring it back down to the ground here, and it automatically says, right, I can connect onto that, I can connect onto that. You can't connect there, it's gone red, you can see it won't connect there, it won't connect there, but I can connect to either of these. So let's just pop it on there, and it automatically brings it back down to the level. And look, I've got another little grid on there. I'm guessing that's because it's a different texture. Yeah, we've got two different textures, so where the textures join up, it puts a grid across, which actually that's quite neat. That's quite a nice touch. Well done there, that's a good touch. Right, where we've got joins where it's the same material, we don't get those grids, but that's fine, that's alright. So, how does my path look? Path looks great. Nice curvy path, runs around the back of this ride, and yeah, it's a little bit jerky there. I think that's me rather than this system. Right, so why have I got an issue with paths? Well, what I've got an issue with is, let's now place a queue. Right, you can see the difference between the queue and the curvy path coming off. You can't do curves with queues, and I don't know why. I don't understand why you can't do. You just can't. It just doesn't give you the option. It won't let me do a curvy path. Also, I'm right clicking this, it's not deleting. That's not right. I have to come all the way down here to delete it and switch the delete tool on and off. So yeah, queues. Bag of pants. Why can I not do a nice curvy queue? You know, all I can do is this straight path type, and I can't. I can click it, I can't right click it to delete it. Even though it's highlighted, it won't delete. So I don't like that about it, and I don't like the fact that I can't do curved queues. So what you end up with is something like this, where I was hoping to put some bits in the middle and curve both paths around it so that it looked like there was an in path and an out path going around something here. But then when I built this, I was very disappointed with it. What else have we got? So that's paths. There's not a lot else to say really. I mean, there's a lot of good options in there, lots and lots of different colours and patterns and textures, and if you can scroll left and right, it shows you all the different ones. It's the same for those. There you go. Nice and easy. Right. What else? So, scenery. Okay, lots and lots of options with scenery. The usual sort of thing. Path posts. Some of these are unlocked. And sorry, some of these are locked at the moment, so I can't get to everything. And I don't quite understand why. I think it's because I'm in a scenario builder rather than a sandbox. I think if I had sandbox it'd be open, so I think that either these aren't going to be unlocked or they'll be unlocked when I do other things within the game. What else? So let's have a look at placing lamps. Let's have some lamps on this new path that we've just put in. So we can just pop these down. It sort of snaps to the path, which is good. There are bits that it won't let you build on, which is a little bit strange, but you know, why is it doing that? Why is it not letting me put stuff there? It's a bit odd. But we can build these and they go all the way around, and it looks fairly nice there. They look a little bit intrusive, but there you go. You can also place them outside, which is interesting. So therefore your paths aren't intrusive. They're not then taking up space on the path, which I think is quite good. I like that. I like the fact that I can do that. There's not a lot else to say about those, but benches. Let's have a nice bench. We can pop a bench in here. We can pop a bench in on the outside of the path as well. So again, you know, they're not intrusive. You've not got people tripping over them as they're walking along the path, which is good. So why can I not place benches everywhere? It's a little bit odd. Why can I not put a bench there? It's not telling me why. It's just saying no, you can't have a bench there, but it won't tell me why, and it's a little bit strange like that. You know, I can't get one here. I can't put like 2-3 benches next to each other. It's just not liking it, and it's not saying why. If I click to place it, there's no message. It'll let me place it outside the path, but what if I wanted a bench here? It's not telling me. I'm not getting that feedback. So that's a little bit strange. And there's bins as well, and the bins are the same. You can place them outside the paths, inside the paths. You can't put them in the middle of the path. It's the same with most things. You can't put the benches in the middle of the paths as well. But that's alright. I wouldn't expect really many benches in the middle of the paths unless I wanted like a group of 6 or something. But no, that's fine. We have fences. So the fences, again, these don't sort of snap. You can't put them on the paths with these, but you can put them on the outside. So, you know, benches. The problem with sorry, not benches, fences. So the problem with fences is they don't sort of snap to each other, which is a bit of a shame. So even though it'll sort of say I can't put it there and I can't put it there, it won't sort of say, there's another fence here, let's put it right next to it. You have to sort of line them up, and it can be a little bit tricky. You know, I don't quite understand why I wouldn't be able to just snap them together. You know, the other thing which would be nice would be able to say, right, I want a bench that runs from here to here, and you know, just click and drag. Why can I not just click and drag, and then when I let go it builds? It won't let me do that, so I'm not that keen on that. So it's quite, although you can put fences in, it's a little bit fiddly, and it's a little bit, you need to get them lined up. And if you're not lined up like that, I mean, that's not nice, is it? And you can't right click to delete it, which is the natural thing for me to do. I have to come out and redo it. So there's that. Okay. I can't now select it with my left mouse button. I have to go to there to now move it and maybe try and realign it. So there's a few little issues with that. I'm not overly keen on, but you know, when you get it right, the effect's very, very good. Look at that. It looks quite nice. Yeah, it looks very good. And I think if you do actually get them lined up, you know, you've got a very nice fence here, not necessarily here. But there you go. Lots of options, lots and lots of options, and there's loads here. Anything, you know, we've got some decor. There's not an awful lot available. Some topiary, so you know, massive duck. Build a massive duck. There you go. Flowers and plants, as you'd expect. Lots and lots of these. Lots of different bushes and flowers and shrubs and ground things. And there's a few here that are, you know, spacey type things as well. Now, if you'll notice where we've got our Lotus Space bush in the big picture there, it says $9 or 9 simoleons or whatever it is, or 9 generic credits. In the bottom right hand corner of the picture, it's got a little planet, which tells you that this is a spacey type thing. On the large forest plant, it's got a global symbol there, and you can have different plants for different environments, or you know, you could have things for, let's say, for example, this is an adventure one. So the red Dracania has got a little sort of treasure map type thing, and it's sort of saying this would go nice in an adventure setting, which is useful when you've got a ride, let's say like our Helter Skelter type ride. If I hover over it with my scenery selected, so I've got my bit of scenery, my bird of paradise plant, you can see a green line running around it. See this line? So this is like a sphere of influence, so anything I place within this adds to the attraction of this, which is quite a nice thing. So I've got a topiary elephant, which is adding to the attraction of both these. Look, it's in this kind of Venn diagram central bit. But there you go. See, so we can add these, and all the rides are getting enhanced. That's good. What else have we got? Flower beds, trees, and all these. You know, you've seen these sort of things before. There's nothing here that is brand new or outstanding. But I'm just showing you there is quite a lot in here. Some locked rock and different coloured rock, different types. You know, sort of American, Midwest, and general rocks and adventure type rock. Adventure rock. There's an adventure rock. Wow, who knew there was such a thing? What else have we got? Let's move through these. Facades. Now this is interesting. So there's a few that are locked here, but we've got a few that are unlocked. So what we can do is, it acts a little bit like the scenery, in that you can place it, and it says don't place it on a path, but you can place it somewhere else. So let's say I wanted it next to this path. Now, just for your information, you press shift and rotate the mouse button to rotate something. So I can place this along the side of this path. Now again, it's like the fences, it doesn't snap to the path. So as you can see from this, I'm struggling to line it up. So I can either have it there or there. So either one is too far in the wrong direction. I guess I could place this and then put the path down, but you know, that's sort of, why would you want it to work that way? You know, why can I not just put this in and it sort of gets as close as possible? I don't know. Well, there you go. So there you go. There's facades, which is interesting. It's an interesting addition. So you can make it look as though you've got loads and loads of shops without actually having shops. And there you go. So some of these are temple there, and we've got the day the ride stood. So that's a spacey one, and there's a western type thing. So that's an interesting thing there. We've got some centerpieces. Again, there's loads that are locked. We can just pop them in. Statues. And as you'll see, we've got a day and night cycle. Got lots of flashing lights coming on and things when the rides are in the dark. How's my path looking? Look at my path with all its lights. Look at that. So it looks quite nice, actually. There's too many paths. But yes, we have our scenery. Scenery bits. What else have we got? Arches. Arches look quite nice as well. These give you various signs that you can place on paths. So, you know, exit sign S and M, small, medium and large, for the various widths of the paths. So I'm guessing that these stop you going in here. So look at that. So that now will stop people. It's the wrong way around. There we go. Now nobody can get through there at all. Brilliant. So I'm guessing nobody can wander in there now. And no entry signs. Again, it's a barrier rather than the sign. But the dusty arch signs, these are quite good. I quite like these. So you've got a nice thing there, so that when you're coming into the ride, it's got this archy thing like that. But the strange thing is, there's no sign, there's no width differentiation on these, so I can't make a wide one for this. You know, you're now entering the Lost Planet world, or you know, you can walk around it. In fact, they're walking through it. There was a guy clipping through it there. What's this girl gonna do? She's gonna go through it there? Yep, she's walking straight through it. Okay, so that sort of, I mean, it looks nice. It needs wider ones. It needs wider ones like that. I mean, that looks perfect. See, whoa, that's loud. Ride signs, and again, you know, same sort of thing. Stylish arch under construction. It says Rings of Saturn 1. Look at that, lovely. And I like how it sort of names itself after the ride. So I can change the name of the ride, and it'll change the name of the sign, I think. Anyway, there's some speciality bits, the usual fountainy type things. It's a massive fountain. There's one there, look. And we've got some plazas, which is again an interesting addition, in that you can build a plaza and maybe have some shops around it, and then somewhere for people to come and eat their food. However, you know, it doesn't snap to the path. So you can place it near to a path and hope that you can maybe get a path to attach to it in some way. And I can understand if it's a curvy path, but let's just show this. Let's see how this works. Let's do a straight path. Let's do a straight path right out here. It's a nice straight path. Now let's do our plaza. Let's have a canyons corner. Okay, okay, it's not even. It's got the same issue as we had with the facades, in that I can either have it too far that way or too far that way. And what you have to do is what I've done with the shops. You have to place it away, and then you put your path to it. You know, which isn't. It's not great, is it? I mean, I'll show you the problem with the shops. You know, I mean, you can make it look nice, but why not have it so that it's right next to the path? I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, I mentioned the shops. Let's. So I think we're more or less there with the scenery. There's user-generated content which is empty at the moment, but that looks like a good addition when people start messing about and building their own. But there's a lot of options here. There's an awful lot of things to put in. Buildings. Okay, so you've got a selection of buildings here, the usual food and drink, and again you've got the styling. So you know it tells you whether it's a spacey type thing or a Wild West watering hole. The only problem is they don't snap to the paths, and they come with their own little path. So let me just wander around this side and I'll show you. So we have a little path at the front of this thing, so you rotate it and let's just put it right next to the path. Haha. Okay, let's put it away from the path and build a path to it. You know, this is and it now won't let me build a path to it. Well, let me do a straight one. Yeah, let me do a straight one. I think I know the reason why it wouldn't do a curvy one. Let me just delete that and I'll try and show you. So a curvy one, you set it out in roughly the direction you want to go, yeah, and then you can build it. So yeah, it'll do curvy ones. It just it's just fiddly. Why would you not have it so that it's right up against the path? I don't know. You then click to open them. And there's lots and lots of things in here now. We've got a few rides, so junior rides, small selection of family rides, and a selection of thrill rides, a few more of those. And again, you just place these as you would expect. You find a space for it. Instead of it being a red background, it goes to a clear background or a white background or a coloured background or whatever. It gives you the entrance and exits for it, and then you build your pathways. Again, you know, you've got your square pathways for an entrance and your nice curvy ones for an exit. And then when you're ready, you click on it and open the ride. So I'll just show you that. So it tells you about the ride in here. So it's called Twisted Twizzler. It tells you how exciting, how intense, nausea, safety, etc. You've got other bits. How many times the ride goes round, so you can change it. You can wait until it's full or half full. Do you want it to just run if it's empty? All sorts of things, and that's good. There's lots and lots of bits in there. Finances, again, it tells you how happy people are with it and what the running cost is and things like that. And then you can customize it. At the moment it's only got play music, so you can pick something. It doesn't let you do anything else apart from that. This says test. It tells you about it. I think that's more important for roller coasters. It's got the information that you had at the beginning there. You can change your admission price, although strangely when you go onto the finances you can't change your admission price on here, which is a bit odd, but there you go. And then what people think of the ride. So let's find one that people have actually been on. So this is one that I built. So this is a hand-built ride, and it looks very nice. I'll take you around it in 1 second. It tells you how intense and how safe, how much it costs. I can edit the coaster and I can go onto the ride camera, which we might do in a little while. And we've got various options here of how many times around. You can synchronize stations, which is a nice touch, so you can build two roller coasters next to each other, have them both set off at the same time and race each other around, which is good. And you can change the number of trains and things like that. Again, tells you how much money it's costing, so how much income, running cost, profit, blah blah blah, how many customers, how happy are they, and again I could have music, although no other customization within there, and then it tells you, it's actually got a nice little graph showing whatever you select, so the speed, altitude, vertical force and lateral force. So it's quite nice, and it's got some more info there. And what do people think about it? Some people say it makes them feel a bit sick, and judging by the exit path, I'd say that's true. Right, what else was that? I didn't show you the buildings too much, so let's just nip back to those. So buildings, I mentioned that they've got various burgers and drink stalls, and they're in different styles, and they look very nice. Strange paths coming off them though, but there's others. So you've got your usual souvenir shops, so people can go and buy a robot bear, okay, and then there's park services. So this is interesting. Info booth and small bathroom and large bathroom, and staff buildings. There's a medic stall, which I don't think I've got a medic stall. I haven't got a medic stall. Let's put a medic stall in. There's a janitor one, and there's a mechanics one. So we're going to put a janitor one in up here, because the exit of this ride is getting a little bit messy. So if we pop a janitor stall in somewhere, now it's the same with this as it is with the other buildings. I can't put it against the path. It's a bag of pants. So let's pop it there. We need a little queue, path, whatever you call it, a little path running here. Yep, beautiful. Okay, now instead of opening the building, it's more a case of making it active. So we can choose a number of employees, and that will affect how much money it takes off you, and you can get it to play music for some reason. But there you go. So there's 3 janitors now who work from that building, and there are the janitors. There's one. And he's just tickling that with his brush. Yeah, he actually looks like a robot. They look like robots, and some of the animations are a bit suspect. So you'll sometimes see them sliding across the floor. Okay, yeah, one of the first things I noticed about this game was what I call Scooby-Doo walking. So if you ever see any of the early Scooby-Doo videos, which are brilliant, the people walk across the floor at a different pace than their legs are taking them. So it's like they're almost sort of sliding across. I think with the slow animation like that looks okay. But when you've got fast people, it looks like they're actually sliding. She's sliding. Her foot's sliding. The other thing I've got with the people, apart from them looking like strange robots and skipping in strange ways and things like that. I mean, what on earth? Really? I can understand. She's not even happy. Yeah. Why? The other thing is, there's no groups. Everybody seems to be on their own. Individuals just wandering about. Kids just wandering about. 100% hunger. Likes American cuisine. There you go. So, what else have we got? Roller coasters, modify terrain. Yep, terrain. Yes, very good. We can modify terrain, so we can raise the ground. Wee, like that. That's good. Nice and easy. That's good, isn't it? Looks nice. Looks nice. And you can make it into big cubes if you wish, or random bumps. Make it look a bit lumpy bumpy rather than smooth, and it's like that. Random bumps, random bumps, random bumps, and riffs. There's a few options there, as you would expect. There's lower, flatten as well, so you can flatten things out. Let's just do that. Or you can smooth things, make the edges less harsh there. And we've got paintbrush, so let's put some rocks on there. That's that. We'll make it look a little rocky, a little bit of a rocky outcrop. And if you wanted, then you could then maybe go back in here and put some of your rocks in. There we go. Rocks, general rocks. Make it look almost rocky. Anyway, I'm sure that when you've played about with it, you can make it look like a real formation rather than the rubbish thing that I've just made. There's a water tool as well, which is, you know, we like water in a game, so let's just lower this down. Let's lower this down here. I'm going to lower this down as well if I can. Oh, it's kind of canyon thing. It's not letting me do it there, but there we go. Let's pop water in, and again, you know, right, it puts a bit in and a bit. If I click again, it puts a bit more in and a bit more. And there we go. Look at that. We've got water. Oh, there we go. We've got water. Look at that. We've got a pond. And you can take it out and you can expand the park. So you can see how big the park can get. So that's the initial area we've just been playing with, and we've now got the option to buy extra bits. So there you go. Take that off. There we go. So there you are. I think that's given a good overview of it. There's still an awful lot of work to do with it. You can tell that. I think what I'll do is I will come back and I will give you a different video on just the roller coasters. So what I'm going to do is the rest of this video will be about Planet Coaster and how it differs from this. And then what I'll do is just a roller coaster building video on this one and the other one. So let's nip over to Planet Coaster. So this is the Planet Coaster part of the video. So the RollerCoaster Tycoon world we've just seen, and we've just seen some of the good things and bad things about it. But again, you know, I just want to reiterate, both games are in alpha. These things can change. The graphics may change, the paths may change, which is a problem in both games. You know, some of the things that you've got in the game will probably either disappear or definitely get new things added. And as I mentioned as well, for this game, Planet Coaster game, the roller coasters are not enabled officially, so I don't really want to do anything too much about the roller coasters, even though you can see I've built a couple and you can see them going round, and they do work fine. You know, there's nothing that I can see that's wrong with them. It's just the developers are saying, well, actually we want to work on it a bit more before you get the full effects. Okay, what I might do is another video just on the roller coasters for both games, so look out for that one, guys. But let's have a look through what you've got and what you haven't got in this one. So straight away, you've got a lot of similarities, of course. I mean, this is a theme park builder, so you've got paths and shops and things like that. So I'll just take you through the various aspects as I did with RollerCoaster Tycoon world. Right, so there's a few things that we haven't got here. So blueprints aren't active, coasters aren't active, park management isn't active. Whereas we had in RollerCoaster Tycoon world, we had a lot more of the finance things built in. This is a little earlier in its development, so you know, be aware these things will come, and yeah, it says coming soon. It's just not there yet. It's just not there yet. But what is here is fantastic. Let's have a look through this. So again, we've got a selection of rides. There's no differentiation between the easy rides, the medium rides, and the whoa, that's scary ride. What you do have though is just a selection of pre-builts here, and this is the sort of thing you can build with your pre-built rides. So again, you know, there's not much difference in a pre-built ride. You select what you want to put in. I've got a Medusa's type thing here, and we're gonna. Do I really want that there? No. Let's do a Roctopus. No, we've got a Roctopus, I think. We've got one of those. Have we got one of those? We've got one of those. I've got most of these, and that's a problem. We've got most of the rides already. Yeah. Where do I want this? Here? No. No, I'm planning on building a roller coaster there. Up here's a bit quieter, isn't it? How about there? Nestled up against the the back there. Okay, yeah, this looks like a good spot. We're going to put it here. So again, if it's interacting with something, it highlights red. If you can place it, it's white. It's not as easy to see, but this has actually got a red barrier around it. If you look at the steps, for example, on this side, you can see a little red line that runs along the bottom of the stairs. If I move it somewhere where it'll be happier, that red line disappears. You see the difference? Yeah, it's less easy to see. I mean, it's there, and you can spot it, and it's just because the trees are there. Now I could move the trees, but I'm not going to do that for now. We're just going to plonk it, and I'll show you how it works from here. So it gives you this box now to pop things down. So it's basically like a checklist of these are the things you need to do before we can open the ride. So place the entrance. I like this. I can place the entrance wherever I want. There's no in and out sort of place to put it. I could put this absolutely anywhere. This is the case with most rides, not necessarily all of them. Some of the rides I think have got specific areas, and certainly you can imagine things like a haunted house ride where you've got an entrance. You'd need just an entrance, but with things like this, where it's a large round area, yeah, great. Let's just pop it wherever we like. There we go. So what else do we need to do? We need to pop an exit in. Well, we'll put an exit straight there. Can go straight across there. Add a queue to the entrance. Now this is a little bit different from the RollerCoaster Tycoon world in that the paths work differently, and let me just try and put this in, and I'll show you what I mean. So you've got this box for the paths. Now the first thing is camera follow. Really annoying. So whenever I place a piece, the camera moves because it sort of follows where I'm going, but it doesn't work that well because I don't necessarily want to be there. I want to be over here, and then if I start doing that, it doesn't quite go where I want it to go. I'd rather I just had a free camera, thanks. But I've got the option, which is nice. Follow and rotate will rotate if I rotate the path round. So I'm sure it works well for some people, and I think that's quite useful, but I like to have a free camera so I can just go where I want. But you've got that option. You can snap to angles if you wish, and you can choose which angles. So if you only wanted 90-degree angles, it will snap to those, which is good. And you can change that. So you could maybe say, oh well, actually we want 45-degree angles as well. So not just the 90, let's just have something like, we've got that option as well as the 90-degree angle, which is good. And you can switch it off, and I like that because again, you can make it as sharp as you wish or as shallow as you wish. The length is good as well. You can change the length of the piece that you're putting in. So as you can see, that's a couple of sections worth. And I can change that with a keyboard shortcut. So I could put a large piece in like that. And the other thing, you can change the width. So I can make it narrower, like ridiculously narrow, so it fits one person in. Or you can make it wider, or that's I think that's about as wide as you can go with a path. Can I get it up to 5? Well, we can get it up to 5. No, that's length. No, that's as wide as it'll go on a cube path. So you could do that. I wouldn't know why you'd want different widths on one path, but there you go. Yes, and it does that. So that's nice. Let's try and join this up. Now this is my biggest bugbear at the moment with this game. I can't join this path onto here. It won't let me just click on the path and join up. I don't know why. It just won't let me. What I'd like is that it automatically says, yes, join here. Yeah, that's fine, just join up. But what it's saying instead is, actually, we can't put that in. We need a ticket booth. And I don't know why it doesn't do that and then let you put a ticket booth in anywhere along the path. it just, it's a strange thing. So at some point along here you have to put a ticket booth in, which means that the rest of the path, so let's put our ticket booth in, the rest of the path is just pathway. So I can't have my ticket booth up here with the path, you know. It's a bit odd. I mean, I can understand why you'd want a ticket booth at the start of a ride, you know, but why not give me the option of putting it where I want along the path and still having it as queue path? It's a bit strange. So now I'm trying to hunt for a pixel. I mean, why is that not joining up? Why is that not joining up? But then when I move it slightly, let's try and find one. It flashes blue, like it says, yeah, I can have that, but not this. You can't have that. You can't have that bit, but you can have that, but not there. Yeah, no. How strange is that? Anyway, so that's that. We've got an exit path. Bizarrely, you don't. Sorry, we've got an entrance path. Bizarrely, you don't need an exit path. It'll let you open the ride. I don't quite understand that, but well, actually, I do understand that a little bit. That you can understand that in order to operate, you need to get people onto it. But I've had paths before that didn't. I've put this in, but this path didn't join up to here, so no one could actually get onto it, and the ride will still open. So, right, pathways. We need to build an exit path, and we need to build an exit path that goes from here to here. It won't let me do it. It's you know, it lets me build a wobbly one there. I don't want a wobbly one. I want a nice straight one. I want a nice straight path, but it won't let me do a nice straight path. No, I want a straight one. Okay, what happens if I make it a little bit shorter? No. Build me a path just there. Look. See, it knows that I want to connect here. Look, you see, it's put in a path entrance. It knows I want to connect here if I hover over it, but it's making a wiggly path. But if I hover in the middle, it's not sort of automatically saying, well, I can see you want to build a path here, and I can see you want to build a path here, but it's not making the connection that I want to connect these two up. And it's sort of saying, well, I know, look, I know you want to connect to that, but why is it not then going, oh yeah, there's a bit there you want to connect to. Let's make the path longer. No, so I've made it to a length 4. Let's try a length 5. No, that's not working. A length 3 maybe. No. So a length 3 doesn't work. A length 2 doesn't work. A length 1 just puts something strange in the middle. Now it does it there. It wouldn't do it before, even though I was changing the length of the path. So there's a little issue with paths. I have found them very difficult to work with. Although I can make curvy ride entrances, which is lovely, and curvy ride exits. So that's good. Again, there's a differentiation between the paths and the queues. There's only 2 different colours of queue you can have, and I'm sure that will change. I'm sure it will change. What else have we got? I think that's about it. I've shown you the different widths, so you can have different widths of paths and different lengths when you're making. So again, let's just show you. Let's make a little bit of a path somewhere. So again, it's tricky. It's fiddly to make. I want this wider. I don't want it that narrow. Let's make it wider. And because I've already connected it as a narrow one, it does this strange bottleneck effect at the end here, which I now need to delete, but at least I can right click and delete and then start again. So we can do this and we can make our nice curvy things. We can also go upwards. So let's say I wanted a curvy bit going upwards. It doesn't let me. It doesn't let me. So I can either go curvy or I can go up. Okay, I can't do both. I can't go up and round here curving so it goes over the top of this path, so it curves round and over the top. It just doesn't do it. We've got some dramatic music on that ride, haven't we? So yeah, so I want it to come up and round and curvy, and it won't let me. I can do one or the other, and it won't let me do both. See, up or curvy. So I can right click to delete it. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. Right, so I can do that, and then I can go up, but I can't go up and curvy at the same time. So yeah, path issues. Path issues. It's not the easiest to use either. I'm not overly enamoured with it. Even after a bit of practice with it, I still find it frustrating, and it shouldn't be like that really. It should be something that is very easy to use and quite intuitive, but it's quite frustratingly difficult. Yeah. So why and again, you know, why is it not letting me build there? Is it what the? It's my pirates ride. Sorry, there's pirates singing. Why won't it let me build there? Is it because it's too close to the roller coaster, or is it clipping something? It's not telling me. I don't know. I think it's too close to the coaster. Look at that. Look, see, it let me then place all the bits all at once I got the angle right, but it wouldn't let me do it with the ride exit from there, but it'll do it across there. Very strange. Anyway, that's pathways, and again you've got some different options of colours and things like that. Okay, so I think we've covered rides. There's not many in it at the moment, and we've touched on pathways. Let's have a quick look at scenery and buildings. Well, this is the thing that's really been quite a revelation with this game. The ability to build modular buildings has been incredible, and you can go on YouTube and see some fantastic things. So for example, let me speed this up. Yeah, one thing as well, when you're building and it goes nighttime, it's very difficult to build. You can't actually see what you're building. I'd much rather that it just stayed day when you were in building mode, or you had the ability to switch it to just day when you were building. As it happens, you just have to fast forward through the night. But I'd love the ability to just, you know, when you had something selected, either buildings, scenery or rides, that it just said, okay, well he's building something here, let's keep it as daylight. So just bear with me. I say so quickly while we're just sat waiting for it to become daylight. You can see that the people are different. They're actually in groups on this game. Let me just slow it down a little bit. The animations are better than RollerCoaster Tycoon World, and you know, the people aren't sliding across the floor. A foot's doing it a little bit. It's doing it a little bit there, and but you can see there's a difference in the way people are. You can tell if people are excited, and you can tell if they're a little bit down or whatever. There's no information about the person. Look, she's like looking for something, but she's got shrugging her shoulders, but there's no information yet. It'll be there. It'll be there. You can go on a ride camera with her. So this is Laura. I'm watching Laura cinematic. This is what she's seeing. She's running through people. She's looking for something. She don't know what. Look at that. But you can see. Look, you can see people, different reactions. So you've got that in there, and there does appear to be family groups, although everybody seems to clip through each other quite a lot. But you have got family groups, and you can see people getting on with their lives there. It's great. Look, they're all clipping. They're all dressed the same. Look, you've got like obviously there's like two sets of twins or quins or something there, and they've all come out together. They've all dressed the same. Look at him. He's gone for it. He's got his pirate hat. He's even got a check shirt that looks a bit piratey. Good man. Well done, Mr. Hicks. Okay, so the reason I brought you down here was to look at this. So this is actually the very first building that I built within this game, and it's all modular. It's something that I went through the various building bits, and all the options were in here. And in fact, this set of buildings was just made from these and the roof bits that go on top. And it's a full 3D building. It goes all the way around the back. I put a little staff entrance on the side, even though it doesn't do anything. It's just pretty. It looks great. The difference with this as well is you don't need. It's got no shops there. Let's just have a look at buildings. There's a strange thing in this. I don't quite understand it yet. I'm sure it'll be more apparent when the game comes out. But for some reason, I've got no shops, but I have got facilities, and the facilities are hat shops, drink shops, food shops. So what's the difference between shops and what I've got here? I don't quite understand. Maybe this is eventually just going to be facilities, so it's just going to be maybe a janitor's place, a mechanic's place, and maybe even toilets or tourist information. Whereas the shops are going to be your food, your drink, and your hats and that sort of thing. I don't know, but it does seem a bit strange. Let's get back to buildings. So. As I said, this is all modular, and it took me a couple of minutes to do it, and I put a little facade on the front, and after a few initial how do I do this sort of moments, it became very, very easy to put this together. And let me just try and show you a little bit. So do I want to add anything on this? Maybe. Do I not? What I could do is beautify this a little bit, because I've got some toilets here where people just sort of disappear. Look at that. Well, how does that work? Are they both going in the same toilet? Well, I think it's like they both go in there and they all come out there, but it seems to be men and women clipping through the wall together. So let's try and change this. So the first thing I can do is I can move stuff. Look, I can move this tree. Let's move this tree. Let's pop the tree over. Let's put it in the middle of the coaster here. And I want to add onto this building. So if I select the building, it then says, what do I want to do? So I can duplicate it. So if I've got a nice building, I can have a specific type of toilet block and put it somewhere, or I can move it, as I just have done with the tree, or demolish, or we can edit the building. So let's edit the building. We've got these various options here. So let's have a panel wall. So again, these are just snapping to the grid that it's created, and I can go all the way over here, and it knows, because I'm modifying this building, that it's going to be part of that building when it's finished. It just knows that. Now I can move things up or down by pressing the shift and moving the mouse. What else can I do? I can press Z, and it will snap in the other direction. So either what you might call sort of horizontal and vertical, or north, south, east, west, whichever you wish. It'll do that. The one thing I can't do is rotate slightly. So if I wanted a diagonal wall coming off, for some reason it won't let me do that. There's a rotation snap on here, and there's an auto stacking. So the rotation snap is when you're placing new bits. I can't really explain it here. I'll show you in a second. Auto stacking's quite useful. So auto stacking is off at the moment. So if I wanted to put something part way through a building, maybe, or halfway up, I'll show you. I've got another building that shows it a little bit better, actually. It'll let me do that. But auto stacking, if I do that and I hover over the building, it will not let me put it through it. It'll automatically jump up to the next sort of level, if you like. So we can easily pop some bits on here, so it looks like we've got a bigger building, and it's as simple as this. I mean, you can see how quickly this building's going up, and I'm not very good with this sort of building tool thing, and for me it's quite easy. So I've got the building I want. I now want a roof. I could now put something in it. So this is where the Planet Coaster toilet comes from. It's actually this, so I could put it in here. Let's turn the auto stacking off, because it's automatically trying to put it on top. Let's turn it off, and I could, if I wished, put it in here. So if I right click that to get rid of the wall, see, I don't need to come out to get rid of the wall, and I press Z to rotate it. I could put like a male and a female toilet in if I wished, or something like that. I don't want to do that. I'm quite happy with the way we've got this, so let's just pop you in and pop that back on. And we want a roof now. So put a roof on. It gives me different options of roofs. And what should we go for with this? We could go for a wooden flat roof or a wood platform roof. And again, you want auto stacking on here, or else it'll put it on the ground. Let's just auto stack it so it'll automatically go up there. So I'm not sure I like the look of that. What else have we got? We could just have a blue flat roof. That'd be quite nice. We could have it blue and white checkered. Might look okay. What I've got on the other building is the curvy metal roofs, so I could put these on if I wanted to. You know, let's have a look at this. This looks quite interesting, because if I now do that, I could maybe go like that. You know, let's do that, and then we need to now fill in some of the other bits, don't we? So how about if we pop that in like that? And then along the sides, we go back to the walls. We've got this funny half thing here. So if I turn it round like that, now this is where it's doing the auto stacking. It's trying to put it on the top. So we don't want to auto stack. We want to press the shift and move it up, boom, 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 until it fits beautifully like that. Now what it does is it remembers what you've just done. So I just press Z and it's automatically at the right height. How's that? That's pretty good. So if I just press Z and Z, it puts that in, and now we want a little wall in here. So what do we want? We could maybe put some glass ones in. Let's just do that. Look at that. There we go. Don't know why I rotated it, but we now have some opaque glass windows. Right, so there you go. So I've expanded my toilet block. So if I just come out of that, that is now what my toilet block looks like. How's that? That's pretty good, isn't it? I mean, for 2 minutes work, that's pretty good. What else have we got? I need to trap on through this. We can now sorry, let's go back to the buildings. So what else have we got? We've got things to add on to it. So if we wanted, we can put canopies and things on. Now this is what I was saying earlier, that you I can rotate this however I want. If I press Z and move it, I can have any angle I wanted. Yeah, any angle I wish, I could do that. If I'm working on a specific building, so if I select that building, it won't let me do that now. So if I edit the building and I put my glass canopy on again, it won't now let me put it at any angle. It will now only snap to a specific angle like that. Okay, so I can't put like a diagonal on or anything, and that's a little bit of a shame. But it'll let me do other things. So you know, if I wanted it themed like something, I could put bits of scenery on it. You've got various columns and pillars here, so if you wanted to decorate it like that, you can. Let me just go over to this other building. I just want to show you this one slightly. It's a ramshackle affair, but it works okay. So I did put a bit of RollerCoaster on the outside to make it look as though something had exploded or whatnot. There's actually a ride inside there. You can see in. And this is the exit, and the entrance is here. The entrance is interesting. We can go all the way in, look. And you can see how the entrance comes round. Oh, we've just clipped out of the building, just bear with us. And it goes up, up, it goes up there. And then round, and then back down again. So yeah, so the original plan was to put some scenery in here. Maybe have some bits going on, but I just haven't got round to that yet. You can then place other things. So what else have we got? Apart from building bits, there's building attachments. So you've just seen me put a canopy on the toilets there. You can put signs and things on. There's shop fascias. You can put fake doors on. All sorts of windows. Let me take you up to this other thing. This castle. This is all built out of these bits. I spent a little bit of time just putting this all together. I'm putting some buildings in it. There's some toilets in it. There's a little walkway goes up around the ramparts and through this bit of building and down the other side. This is all modular. This is you know, as I said, you can put windows and things in. The windows are here, so that's what they look like. I've got all sorts in here. It really is fairly easy to come up with something like this. And look at it, it looks fantastic. And that's the modular building. And I really am not good at this sort of thing, but I spent a little bit of time putting that together, and it looks brilliant. You've got decorations that go on there, so you can put skulls and crossbones and various things to make it look more authentic. If you wanted to add pirate rigging to your pirate ride, for example, you can do all that. And there's lights to light up the buildings and things, which work quite well as well. So that's that. We've also got wall signs. So again, wall signs, it does what it says on the tin. So you can either have something as simple as that, it's a bar sign, or you can have, let's have a massive cosmic cow banner or something like that. I don't want a cosmic cow banner on my castle, but there you go. You can build all that. What else can you do? You've got miscellaneous signs as well. I've never really messed about with these. I don't know where I can put this. Can I add this onto this building? So I can add it to the building, and can I then... No, I can't actually do anything to sort of say... put some writing on it. It just appears to be a sign. I think I can then put other bits in front of it. Yeah, that's quite stylish, but very 80s. Anyway, that's the buildings. You've also got some scenery in here, and the scenery has got a couple of sections. So not only have we got a few trees and bushes, and there isn't a massive selection, we've got some rocks and some seaweed that hangs from wherever you want it to hang from, really. You can hang it on signs and things, and your usual, you've got some trees and as I said, bushes and whatnot. You can put these where you want. Let's have a maple. Let's have a maple there. There you go. What else have we got in here? Signs I've already briefly sort of touched on. You know, and anything that you want in this game tends to be fairly easy to modify. Like I said, I've got a couple of issues with some of it, but I don't really want I could put this on here, you see. I can actually put these things on here if I wanted to. Look at that. There you go. It says Planet Coaster on it. And you can do this with a lot of the things. You can actually modify things to put different signs on buildings or stuff like that. So let's have that on there. Great. Looks like a cobra or something, or a kraken, or no idea. Anyway, lots and lots of different signs, lots and lots of different trees and stuff. There's some other props as well, so you can put bits of shipwreck in if you've got a piratey area, and there does tend to be a lot of pirate stuff in this, and not a lot else at the moment. They've sort of released us with a you can have some pirate things, and we'll save the rest for another time. But yeah, I mean, you know how these things work. It's scenery, okay? Scenery with some barrels and stuff. There are a few animatronic bits as well. So the Kraken, for example, is a massive animatronic. So you can put him in, and obviously when we get water, there's no terrain in this game yet. No terrain bits yet. It's coming soon. You could obviously put those in water so that they jumped out. You could also put them underground if you wished, so that maybe they were like that. How's that? Average. I think I need to work on it. It's floating. I've got a floating water section, but there you go. Anyway, you can see the general gist of things, and you can see how the game's coming along. I'm now going to have to leave you. So you can see the difference in the two games. Both games, as I said, are in alpha. There's a lot of things to be added to both of them. You can see some of the benefits of each game. So the modular building on this has been a revelation. The pathways, I hate the pathways. I'm not keen on the pathways in the other game, in RollerCoaster Tycoon World either. But you know, both are in alpha. and you can see there are bits that need to be changed or just need to be tidied up where there's some clipping, and that might be that when the terrain tools come you can just move the terrain down a bit and it works. So there you go, that's RollerCoaster Tycoon World and Planet Coaster, and where they're both up to. I will do another video very soon just about the roller coasters, and again both games are in alpha, so you'll get that impression of where they are and how difficult it is to build them or how easy. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have enjoyed it, please press the thumbs up. If you haven't, press the thumbs down and leave me a comment. Tell me why. Tell me what's wrong with the video. Is it too long? Is it not showing you the things that you want to see? Leave me a comment asking for something specific. If you want to see how the rides are put together, or the pathways, or anything you wish, I can go through all that. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you do enjoy the channel, please subscribe. It really helps out, because I then know that people are watching the videos and they're enjoying them. I hope to see you soon. I've been Backblast. I'll see you later.